This video I talk about my holiday plans and the preparations for it coming up. The first thing I do when I come back from work is meditating on God's word. Even if I'm in a hustle, I'll take myself 30 minutes off to read in the Bible and to pray to God. That way God strengthens me and gives me wisdom for the tasks which I have to do today, and I can't burn out because I have a time where I relax. I would have never thought that this really works, but you are getting God's rest. It's really fascinating to see that you don't feel stressed anymore. So if you never tried this, try it out and write it in the comments. It helps you also. Now I'm not spending my time on the beach. I'll take part in the summer discipleship program, where I learn how I can share my faith, about different works in church, for example teaching, discipleship, and also where I grow in my personal relationship with God. So I learn about Bible reading, how to study the Bible, about praying. And now I'm in the preparations for the summer discipleship program, where I have to read a lot of books and I also have to do some Bible works. But I'm not knowing what Bible works I have to do. So in this week I'm focusing on reading the books and writing summaries for these books. The first book I've read was Even So I Sent You. This book clarifies work in church, how we are called for work and what our motivation should be. And what I learned from this book is that work is just a consequence from our faith. It should never be our first priority. Our first priority should be our faith, how we can grow in our faith and not how we can work for God. And this also we see with the disciples. Jesus taught the disciples first and then he sent them out. We also need the teaching from Jesus first before we can teach someone else or before we can help someone else. So our personal faith should be on the first priority, not our work. The second thing I learned was the calling from God. We are called for duties. How can we see if we are really called for duty? If someone else confirms it. Someone else also says to you that you should do this duty or you should do this ministry. Then you can realize that you're really called. So when you think you should be a sound guy in your church, or you want to help in the children's ministry, or you want to help cleaning the church, someone else confirms your calling, then you know you are called for this duty, you are called for this ministry. Yeah, that was basically my week. Reading a lot of books for the preparation for the summer discipleship program. But also tune in next week, where I will unbox a new gadget.